It is truly an honor to welcome you all to the India Abroad Dialogue and to see such a distinguished gathering here in Chicago that represent the strength, resilience, and contribution of the Indian diaspora in America. Today, I stand before you not just as a speaker, but as a caretaker of legacy and a participant in its renewal. India Abroad is not merely a newspaper, it is an idea. It is a record of history, and most importantly, it is a responsibility. For over 5 decades, India Abroad has served as a trusted window into the lives, struggles, successes, and voices of Indians living across the world. At a time when our community had little visibility in mainstream media, India Abroad documented our journey quietly, credibly, and consistently. In 2022, India Abroad entered what I call a new era. At a moment when media credibility was under global stress, when echo chambers were growing louder than facts, and when diaspora stories were either ignored or oversimplified. Senior journalist Lalit Jha stepped forward with vision and courage. Lalit Jha, whose journalistic career in Washington DC needs no introduction, came forward to revive, reimagine, and relaunch India Abroad with one clear principle, that diaspora journalism must remain free, fair, balanced, and deeply responsible. I joined him shortly after, driven by the same belief that India Abroad must not only survive in the digital age, but lead with integrity in it. From 2022 onwards, we consciously rebuilt India Abroad as a multilingual, centered media institution. Today, India Abroad speaks in recognition of the diversity of the Indian diaspora. English for global reach, Hindi for cultural and political depth, Punjabi for community voice and lived realities, Gujarati for entrepreneurship and heritage. And beyond print and digital journalism, we expanded it into video storytelling because the new generation consumes news differently, but still deserves truth, context, and balance. We cover all subjects and all spheres, from geopolitics to grassroots issues, from culture and tradition to real-life challenges, from opinion and debate to stories that rarely make it into mainstream headlines. Our mission is simple, yet demanding. We are not here to push narratives, we are here to reflect realities. We believe the Indian diaspora is not a monolith. It is a complex, it is a aspirational, it is a sometimes conflicted and often deeply inspiring. India Abroad exists to tell these stories without fear, without favor, without filters imposed by ideology or convenience. That belief is what brings us to India Abroad Dialogue. These dialogues in Detroit and Chicago are not symbolic events. They are extensions of our newsroom into the community. Here, journalists listen as much as they speak. Here, voices that are often unheard are given space. Here, difficult questions are welcomed, not avoided. Because meaningful journalism does not end without publishing. It begins with connections, engagement, and connections. As we look ahead, the future vision of India Abroad is clear. to remain a credible global voice of the Indian diaspora, to strengthen community dialogue and civic participation, to mentor the next generation of diaspora journalists, and to ensure that truth, balance and accountability remain non-negotiable values. In an age where attention is cheap but trust is rare, India abroad chooses trust. I want to conclude by saying this: India abroad belongs not to any one individual editor, chief editor or organization. It belongs to the community it serves. And with your support, your engagement and your honest feedback, this new era of India abroad will not only document history but help shape it. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for believing in responsible journalism, and thank you for being here today in very cold weather. Thank you so much.